Hello, now we come to the 28th Sunday of Ordinary Time. The parable we hear today is similar to our Gospel readings over the last 2 Sundays. Today it is about a wedding feast, while the last 2 were about vineyards. But the message is the same. God is inviting us to join him in heaven. In the parable this weekend from St. Matthew's Gospel, Jesus speaks of a person being thrown out of the wedding banquet for not coming properly dressed. I think it is helpful that in most areas of the world there are still varying degrees of cultural expectations regarding how people should dress in public, at certain places and at certain events. If you plan to visit St. Peter's Basilica in Rome on a hot sunny day, it doesn't matter who you are better wearing modest clothes or you will not be allowed in. That's the cultural expectation there. If you're invited to a garden party at Buckingham Palace, you wouldn't turn up in your jeans and t-shirt. In today's parable, many people attended the king's wedding banquet, but one person isn't properly dressed. In those days, wedding guests were expected to wear a long white garment called a kittel. If a guest couldn't afford it, a rich host would provide one for him. Coming to the wedding banquet ill-dressed was simply understood as inconsiderate. It would have been an insult not to wear the garment that the host gave him. But the main point is that what you wear reflects on who you are. It reflects how you think. If this guest had truly valued the king's invitation, he would have done more than just show up. He'd have prepared himself by dressing properly. Many people today think that when their turn comes, all they have to do is to show up at the pearly gates and then go straight into heaven. But today, Jesus warns us that's simply not true. Not all who are called will be chosen for eternal life. If we want to go to heaven, we must first demonstrate that we are worthy of it. We need to be clothed in fine linen, the linen of all the saints. It's not enough just to show up. If we want to go to heaven, we have to prepare ourselves both inside and out. The salvation offered to the whole world at the wedding banquet of the Son requires a response from us. Just as we are dressed in a white garment after we have been baptized, once we are invited into the wedding feast, our faith now must look like something. Our lives must be dressed in what it looks like to be a follower of Jesus. Our lives must visibly demonstrate reverence, charity, caring for the less fortunate, trueness to our word, trueness to our baptismal promises, honesty and uprightness, following the commandments and following the precepts of the Church. As we journey through life, however, we are given an important reminder in today's Gospel as we make our way to heaven. If we call ourselves Christian, our lives must look like it. We must be dressed in love, compassion, faith and fidelity. This means that when we head out of the door each morning to work, to school, to a family gathering, to a vacation, or just being online with people, wherever God is inviting us to be today, then the sincerest recommendation of the Gospel this weekend is, wherever God invites you to be in life, wherever that is, don't forget your wedding garment. Today's parable is a good reminder of how God's gracious generosity is. No one is excluded and all are welcome to receive it. Nonetheless, we are challenged to mirror and express in our lives the bountifulness of God and to live in freedom from prejudice, as Jesus consistently preached and lived. God's love and generosity are always a cause for adoring admiration.